At it again. And CNN had a panel in Wisconsin recently, and there was something interesting that happened in it, and I do think it is really, really good news. Now, on its surface, it may seem like this is actually bad for Trump, but I'm going to explain to you why it's actually good when you think about it, all right? When you think deeply about it. With that being said, let's dive in.
Of this group, 11 of the 13 still haven't decided who they're going to vote for president in November. 2 of them have decided. This gentleman right here, Kevin, for Donald Trump, he knows that already. This woman here, Paula, for Joe Biden, or the Democrat who might eventually take his place, she knows that already. Right. But what I want to ask you all first at this point, all 13 of you, what you thought of the speech, not a yes or no answer, if you thought it was good or not good. I want you to give a letter grade to it like you're in school. So I'm going to start here with you. What letter grade do you give that speech?
B.
C.
B.
C.
D.
D.
A.
C.
B.
B.
C.
A.
B.
So B and C seem to be the most prevalent grades. I'm going to start with you, Kevin and Dawn, married couple right here. You are both still undecided about who you will vote for. Tell me what the most important thing you thought about when you watched the speech.
I was listening to his tone of voice, to his way of speaking and encouraging us and bringing unity to the country and those individuals that might be outside of the Republican Party.
And what grade did you give it again?
B.
Dawn, what grade did you give it again?
I gave it a C.
And what did you think of the speech?
I thought the beginning was really good. I was looking for unity, speaking outside of the Republican Party. And I thought I heard we a lot and not so much about himself.
Kevin, you're supporting Donald Trump. You've already said that. You gave the grade of?
A B.
And what did you think of the speech?
I thought it was too long. I think it started off slow, but as it progressed, I believe it got a lot better.
Lena, you gave what grade?
A C.
A C. And Lena and Rich are also married right here.
Yes.
Why'd you give it a C?
Because his rhetoric hasn't changed about the election, 2020 election, and I'm really concerned that we're going to have another issue depending on who wins. So, I'm just really praying that if Trump wins, the guardrails of democracy will hold.
Rich, what grade did you give it?
Well, we don't live in a democracy. We live in a constitutional republic. But, yeah, we're going to have some major issues if Biden and Kamala Harris win. We've seen how that has gone. Not great. Multiple wars. Okay. Possibly a third going to happen. All right. Last time I checked, I don't know if they still are, but Russia was literally off the coast of America. Okay. So, yeah, that's good. But carry on.
So I gave his speech a D.
Tell me why.
It started out great, but then he went into mistruths and grievances and attacks, and it just totally contradicted itself in terms of what he wanted to achieve with unity.
Paula, the grade you gave it?
D.
And you're supporting Biden?
Yes.
Or whoever takes his place if that happens.
Yes.
What did you think about it?
I do believe he started off with a pretty good tone for him. I thought it was good, but then he lapsed back into the Donald Trump of old.
Okay, up there in the corner, Robin and Kirsten, mother and daughter. The grade you gave it?
I gave it an A.
And why'd you give it an A?
The thing I was looking for was a change, and I felt I heard that change in his voice. I was looking for his discussion on getting unity together in the country, as well as the border control and inflation.
Kirsten, what grade did you give it?
C.
And why?
It started off strong, just like some other people have said, but the same old thing. It went from him probably just reading the teleprompter and actually reciting the speech into his whole song and dance of just putting his own spin on things, and that's where I feel like a lot of his points get lost.
Gary and Nancy, you're a married couple too.
Yes.
You gave it what grade, Gary?
I gave it a B.
B. Good first name, by the way, Gary. Why a B?
He went into some negativity. I was expecting much more negativity, but he did go a little bit of negativity and also some exaggerated statistics and exaggerated goals of getting us to #1 in the world as far as schools go and stuff. Those are just unrealistic.
Okay, Nancy, what grade did you give it?
Why would that be unrealistic? You guys know the saying, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. Why shouldn't you strive to achieve something great? Like, why is that a negative thing for Trump to say, hey, yeah, I want our schools to be the number one in this country. I mean, in the number one on this planet. We should be top of the top in terms of test scores as a country versus other countries. Why is that a bad thing to strive for? Oh, well, that's unrealistic. Maybe unrealistic to you. I don't think it's unrealistic. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of reform. It's going to take a lot of changes. And people are going to pout and scream and cry. And, oh, Trump is taking back that. I think it can be done, though. We have some very, very intelligent people in this country. We just have to cultivate it, correctly in terms of in school. I think school is run terribly, to be completely honest with you. I think school is run absolutely terribly. Absolutely terribly. So yeah, I think it can be done. But what about you? Let me know. Well, let's continue. And stick around. Like I said, I'm going to have some comments as to why this is actually good for Trump.
I gave it a B. I thought it was not negative on women, which I was sort of expecting. I thought his tone was pleasant and something that, as a leader, that maybe I would be proud to have him as a leader with his more relaxed tone.
Susan, what grade did you give it?
A C.
And why did you say C?
Well, I was led to believe that there would be a change in his approach to people, and I don't feel that he met those expectations like others. I thought he started out strong and then went downhill.
Ray and Barb, you're a married couple too. Ray, you gave it what grade?
I gave it an A.
And why'd you give it an A?
Because it's Donald Trump. He was who he always has been. And even though with the incident that happened Saturday, he still came out as himself.
Barb, what grade did you give it?
I gave it a B.
And why did you give it a B?
I gave it a B because, like so many people said, he started out good, strong, grateful, thankful, and then into bragging.
Have any of you changed your mind? 11 of you were undecided. Any of those 11 made a decision based on this speech, or is it still the same?
I think I'm more decided.
And what have you decided?
I've decided that I will support Trump.
Anyone else make a decision yet?
I have. I've made a decision to support him.
So 2 of our 11. Anyone else? The 2 of you?
Trump.
Trump. So 4 of our 11. You going to watch Biden in 5 weeks?
Oh, yes.
Give us speech.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So 4 out of the 11 people changed their minds. Now, I want you to take notice of something. Did you see how they were all hesitant to raise their hand? Even the first lady who put her hand up, it took a few seconds before she finally, and then the lady in the black, right? And then the couple down at the end, much later than that. When you're leading in the polls and your lead is growing in the polls and you have any undecided voters that are flipping and saying, nope, I'm supporting that guy. I'm supporting Trump. That is huge because Trump is already leading. And as we know, Trump does better on actual election day than he's projected in polls. He's done that the past 2 times. He did it in 2016 and he did it in 2020. Now, he should have won in 2020, but we won't get into all of that today. All right. But he's always performed better in real life than he's done in the polls. So keep that in mind. He's already leading. And 4 of those people have decided now, who were undecided voters, which some could say they probably weren't truly undecided. I would venture to say that there is probably 1 or 2 more of them, probably 2, who want to say the same thing. But there's still this fear that there's going to be some ramifications that come behind it, right? Hey, I support Donald Trump. Oh, well, you're such a hateful person. You're blah, blah, blah. You guys know how these people on the left get. These are hateful people. Especially if you come out and support Donald Trump. There's some folks who just want to go about their daily life and not get bothered, and they're going to show up come election day and vote for Trump and go back to their daily life, which You know, to each his own. I'm not saying I completely agree with it, but I get it. We're all entitled to live our life the way that we want to live our lives. Now, I encourage people to speak loud and proud, right? And we can go back to Trump's famous words when he said, the silent majority. I mean, once again, he was right. He's always outperformed his polls because his supporters are typically silent. Now, this time around, there's a lot more of his supporters that are speaking out, but I do think there's still a big segment that are choosing to stay quiet for various reasons, and one of them being what I said earlier, you know, just the fear of, you know, some backlash coming against them, whether that be at work, right? Which, hey, we got to put food on the table, whether you like it or not. We got to keep a roof over your head. That costs money. You don't want to lose your job. Or just have a bad work environment. You got to go back there every single day, or just fear of backlash from your own family, you know? So, when you have that type of situation happen, even with the silly grades, right? I think that is huge, really, really huge. And it spells doom for the Democrat Party. I think, as long as we show up come election day, Trump should win. Trump will win. As long as we show up. It's that simple. But as always, y'all let me know your thoughts, all right, in the comment section. But yeah, I'd be willing to bet there's a couple more people in that panel that actually support Trump. What do you guys think? Let me know. Stay safe. Peace and love. I'm out.